Have you heard of the Marshmallow Experiment? It's where social psychologists put a marshmallow on a plate in front of a kid, and they explain to the kid that they can either eat the marshmallow now, or they can have two when the experimenter comes back into the room. Go. Would you rather have one treat now or two when we get home? The experimenter leaves, and the kid is videoed. The reactions of the kid are priceless. Some of the kids cover their eyes, some of them look away, some of them talk to themselves, some of them talk to the marshmallow. They do everything they can in their power to try and resist the urge of eating one now so that they can have two later. Inevitably, some of the kids fail and some of them succeed. And there's lots of long-term studies that look at what this means in terms of impulse control, future success in school and careers. And there's a correlation between being able to delay gratification to future success. And that makes sense because when we're kids, when we're younger, our neocortex, the front part of our brain, hasn't fully developed, and that is where reasoning, logic, executive function lie. So as we get older, we're better able to reason out that two marshmallows is better than one, and we resist the urge to eat the first marshmallow. Sometimes. And our control over impulse. Are you pooping? We created a version of this experiment for adults, but instead of marshmallows, it was cold, hard cash. And the choices were, would you rather take $100 in a year or 17 right now? For me, it's a no-brainer. I would take the $100 in a year every time. But apparently there was a statistically high number of people that wanted the instant gratification of $17 right now. Here's where this experiment gets even weirder. When we were able to generate a feeling of gratitude in these volunteers, their ability to resist the instant gratification of $17 doubled. And when they tried to do this again with other feelings like happiness or joy, it did not have the same effect. It's only gratitude that worked. So it turns out that gratitude has this brain-altering impact on the way we think about the future. And all of a sudden, that $100 in a year's time seems way more valuable to us than it did a few minutes ago. Gratitude makes us think about the future differently, and it also makes us think about relationships differently. When we induced a feeling of gratitude in a group of volunteers, they were far more likely to help strangers on the street with directions than the control group. In another study that was about team dynamics, those that had been practicing gratitude were far more likely to share their prizes and share cash with their teammates than people that had not been practicing gratitude. And in the final study that I looked at, there was a group of people who had been practicing gratitude for 2 weeks, and they were 50% more likely to give up their seat to somebody in a waiting room who was struggling versus the control group. So gratitude has this impact on our relationships. It makes us think about people in an entirely different way. It makes us more cooperative. It makes us a better team player. It makes us just appreciate others. Gratitude wires our brain for relationship reciprocation. When somebody does something kind to you, when somebody really helps you out and you feel gratitude, it's like this warm, yummy feeling that washes all over you, and it makes you think about that person in a really different way. It makes you want to provide them the same feeling. So you will go out of your way to help that person. You'll want to pick them up from the airport. You'll want to buy them that very special birthday gift. If I help my friend move furniture or I provide some relationship advice, I know that there's going to be a reciprocal event in the future. Someday they're going to help me with some advice. Someday they're going to help me move furniture. So when we practice gratitude and do nice things for other people, part of us is thinking about how we're investing in our future and our relationships' future. Gratitude, in evolutionary terms, solidifies and fortifies relationships. It makes them stronger, it makes them healthier, it makes us think about each other in a really healthy, reciprocal way. Gratitude is a game changer in relationships. And that is why it is the first question that I ask people to think about in the My People Patterns check-in checklist. This is a worksheet that I've been perfecting in my private practice for years now, and I'm at the point where I'm getting ready to share it with a bigger audience. And the printers just delivered the first version of it to me, so I'm very excited to see what this looks like, and eventually I'll get to share it with a larger audience. There's going to be two versions of this available. One is a regular PDF and a worksheet that you can download, But the version that I'm most excited about is this post-it note version. And the idea is that you get to write down what you're grateful for about your partner this week, and then you give it to them. One of my clients puts their gratitude list from their partner on their steering wheel, so they see it every morning that they drive to work. Another client keeps it in their journal, so now that there's pages and pages of these, it's a beautiful way to stay in touch with how your partner feels about you and to remember and savor those warm, yummy feelings of gratitude.